A reading from the Book of Wisdom. The souls of the just are in the hand of God, and no torment shall touch them. They seemed in the view of the foolish to be dead, and their passing away was thought an affliction, and their going forth from us utter destruction. But they are in peace, for if before men indeed they be punished, yet is their hope full of immortality. Chastised a little, they shall be greatly blessed, because God tried them and found them worthy of himself. As gold in the furnace he proved them, and as sacrificial offerings he took them to himself. In the time of their visitation they shall shine, and shall dart about as sparks through stubble. They shall judge nations and rule over peoples, and the Lord shall be their king forever. Those who trust in him shall understand truth, and the faithful shall abide with him in love, because grace and mercy are with his holy ones, and his care is with his elect. The word of the Lord.
Our first reading for today, All Souls Day, comes from the Book of Wisdom. Let us reflect on hope of resurrection, hope in God for eternal life. I know all of us were created by God with a zest for life. And so death is something that we are afraid of. It is a mystery that we do not want to enter. We do not know what will happen after life on this earth. What will happen in death? Is there anything after death? That is an important question that faith needs to enlighten us about. In the first reading, we are given an example of a group of people who died. The people called the just one. But they can be, for us, not only a model of how to live on this earth, but also as an example of what we can expect in death. Is death really a path to oblivion and forgetfulness, to nothingness? The response of the first reading is this: the people who lived justly, who because of their justice earned a lot of animosity, hatred from people who did not like them, let's call them the unjust. These people ordinarily would be subjected to trials on this earth. When you stand for the truth, when you stand for justice, when you stand for what is good and right, those people who are promoting a different set of values, people who are promoting their own kingdoms, and who would not even think of the harm that they are doing or inflicting on others, these people will consider the just, the truthful, as enemies. And they would do everything within their powers to silence the just people, to distort their message. And in the case of some, they're even put to death. Now, how do you react when a just person is put to death? When a just person is kidnapped, tortured, thrown, his body or her body thrown right there in a sidewalk or in the middle of a field, abandoned and forgotten. Some people will say, what a pity. His life ended in nothing. They will say, you see, it's not worth living for justice and truth. Look at the destiny of them. their life ended in affliction. That's the conventional human wisdom. And the enemies are laughing and they say, we have succeeded. We have silenced the just one. We have ended his life. But the first reading says, no. The world may say their lives were an agony. The world may say their lives were wasted. The world may say, oh, they ended their life in affliction. But according to the writer of the Book of Wisdom, they are at peace. They are with God. For their hope is filled with immortality. Where does immortality arise? Immortality arises from a deep union with God, knowing God, living by God's truth, living by God's justice. Those who live in God and who live even in the midst of suffering, convinced of the teachings of God, those people do not really die. They live in God. They are in peace. They enjoy immortality. So, my dear brothers and sisters, this is an incentive to all of us. Right here on earth, live in communion with God, and you already taste what we call immortality, eternal life.